Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Facebook Live. Oops. Welcome to our Facebook live stream concert. This is our virtual jazz club, and we're in the midst of week number 4 here. Thank you so much for being with us here on this wonderful journey. For those of you who might be watching for the first time, we are Laura Dubin and Antonio Guerrero, and we're so excited to share our music with you tonight, as we are every night. We began doing these concerts right after the shelter in place was declared here in Rochester. I think it was I distinctly remember it was the weekend of Friday the 13th. How's that for an ominous sign? That was actually the day that we had our last public performance at a venue before everything started closing down. So it's kind of strange because oddly, Friday the 13th was always kind of a good day for me. Other years when we had a Friday the 13th, I just remember having like really good days on those days. But it was definitely, in this case, it was definitely a sign of things to come. But anyway, here we are. We're really grateful for the opportunity to keep sharing our music with you through the internet. And we picked the first tune tonight because it is just extremely appropriate for right now. And yesterday I was teaching a piano lesson, an online piano lesson, and I sent this music to one of my jazz students. It's Duke Ellington's classic tune, Don't Get Around Much Anymore. And I just picked out this tune for him because it's a great song and it's a really fun swinging tune to play. But then his mother during the lesson said, "Did you pick this tune on purpose because it's really appropriate for right now?" And I said, "Oh my God, I didn't even think of that, but it must have been in the back of my mind because the title just couldn't be more perfect for right now." So I'd like to dedicate this to the Fittipaldis, Katie, Mike, and Padraig, if there's any chance you're watching. This is Duke Ellington's classic song called Don't Get Around Much Anymore. And no, we don't. For a long time.
The speaker is on. Thank you.
That was a very appropriately titled tune for this period of time that we're living in now. That was Don't Get Around Much Anymore by the one and only great American composer Duke Ellington. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please feel free to leave a comment and say hello. I saw some comments pop up already. I couldn't see who they were, but thank you to those of you who commented already. We would love to know where you're watching from, so please let us know if you're in Rochester or if you're in another city, state, planet, galaxy, multiverse, some other, what did you say the other night? Alpha Centauri?
I got it.
Yeah. Hey, you're not using them.
Later, because otherwise, yeah.
Sorry. And conversation that we had before this started. So I just wanted to take a moment to say a huge thank you to all of the healthcare workers out there. We appreciate what you're doing so much. We truly do not take it for granted how you are on the front lines, taking care of everybody, making sure that our communities stay safe. And we just really can't thank you enough. We appreciate you so much. And I have a newfound respect, even more than I already did as of today, for all the healthcare workers, because today Antonio and I ventured out to Wegmans. It's really the only place we're going once in a while these days, but otherwise we're staying home. But we did wear our masks. We protected ourselves. We actually feel very lucky because we had a couple N95 masks left over from when we did a home improvement project like a year or two ago. We had bought them at Home Depot. But anyway, we were out for less than an hour, and after wearing the mask just for that period of time, my face was so sweaty. My nose, I've got a little bit of what they call a Roman nose, but it was it really kind of left a dent on my nose. Maybe there's like a special way you're supposed to wear it that I'm not aware of. But anyway, I have so much respect for the healthcare workers who wear them all throughout the day. Truly, I really mean that. I'm not trying to like make a joke about it. I just wanted to share that experience for those of you who might not be aware of that, because that's something that I'd never thought of until today. You know, you always see doctors and dentists wearing face masks, and it just like seems like kind of the norm to us as patients when we go to go to a doctor's appointment. But wearing it really for the first time for a long period of time, I just really can appreciate those who do have to wear them for long periods of time throughout the day. And of course, we know that it's necessary to keep you safe. So just on that note, I just want to say again, a huge thank you to everybody out there, all the healthcare workers who are keeping our communities safe. We really can't thank you enough. And we'd like to dedicate our program tonight to you. Next, we'd like to play a piece by Horace Silver because we love playing his music so much. He's got so many great compositions. We've actually got 2 Horace Silver tunes on the menu for tonight. And I'm not sure where he came up with the title for this one. I wish I could ask him, but sadly we'll never get that opportunity. But this is a really fun tune, kind of a bebop style tune called Cool Eyes. That was another great tune by Horace Silver called Cool Eyes. If you're enjoying the music tonight and you'd like to make a contribution to show your support of what we're doing, please head on over to lauradubin.com. There's a link right in the video here at the top of the screen. And there are 3 different ways that you can contribute. The first is you can, of course, download our albums. We've got 7 albums for you to choose from. Hopefully you'll download them all. I know a lot of our friends have our CDs already, but for anybody out there who doesn't have our entire collection, there's plenty of music to get you through the next few weeks or possibly months. So we hope you'll check those out. If you scroll a little bit farther down on the same page, you will see a place where you can make a donation, a one-time donation of any amount that you choose. There are several suggested amounts there that you can choose from, but you can also adjust the quantity if you'd like to change the amount. And then the third and final option, which you'll see all the way on the bottom of the page, is you can become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz. So you'll see a yellow button that says subscribe. And after choosing an amount from the drop-down menu right next to that button, or right above it, I think if you're using a mobile device, you can choose an amount that you'd like to donate each month. And then when you click on the subscribe button, you'll be taken to a PayPal site, and you'll set up an automatic credit card payment from there. So it'll be a once-a-month payment, automatic, much in the same way that you might do some of your bills now if you use autopay for your bills. The PayPal site is secure. It stores your information securely. You can always cancel at any time if you decide to, if you change your mind further down the road, maybe your circumstances change. There's no penalty if you do cancel at any point. But if you appreciate what we're doing and would like to see us doing it as long as possible, the monthly subscription is a great way to show your support. And if you're unable to make a donation at this time, that's okay. We really appreciate you watching our videos and listening to our music, and just the support of you being here has really meant the world to us. And especially to those of you who have been watching our videos regularly since we began 3.5 weeks ago. We really can't thank you enough. And a huge thank you to everybody who's already made a contribution, either with a donation or by purchasing our albums. Your support really means so much to us. Thank you. Let's see. Next, we'd like to play a piece by the pianist Michel Camilo, and we played another piece by him a few nights ago. We played a composition called From Within, I think maybe 2 or 3 nights ago. I'm getting our nights mixed up, but at some point earlier in the week.
I think so.
Oh, there it is. That microphone just appeared out of nowhere. Magic. You had an invisibility cloak over it this whole time. I lost my train of thought. Michel Camilo. Michel Camilo is a great pianist on the scene today, a great contemporary jazz pianist and Latin jazz pianist. He comes from the Dominican Republic, and he plays with so much fire. That is something that attracted me to his playing immediately when I heard him for the first time. If you ever feel like, you're having one of those days where you're feeling kind of schlumpy, if that's a word, just put some Michel Camilo on, and I promise that will immediately perk you up. You can't not move, even if it's not like coordinated dancing. It's impossible not to move your body when you listen to his music. It's so energetic, and he plays with so much fire and passion. And this next composition of his is very much in that vein, and this is, it seems like a Brazilian-inspired composition called Pra Voce. called Pra Voce by the great pianist Michel Camilo. And he's got another great composition called On Fire, which we will play at some point in one of these concerts. But I think that title could also be applied to this tune, because feeling it right now. Feeling the burn. Oh, Bernie. Oh, well, another conversation for another day. We would like to play a standard by the great American songbook composer Cole Porter, but this arrangement was created by the pianist Fred Hirsch. I shared a little bit about Fred Hirsch maybe a few weeks ago when we played another one of his arrangements. Fred is one of the foremost wonderful jazz pianists and composers on the scene today, and he actually has been a teacher of mine since I was a teenager. I had a really lucky opportunity, thanks to my mom and a friend of hers, to have a piano lesson with Fred when I was 16 going on 17. And it was right before my senior year of college. And just as I was getting ready to audition for music schools and actually figure out which schools I wanted to audition at, because I hadn't even made it that far into the process yet. So I had this opportunity to have a lesson with Fred Hirsch, and he recommended that I check out a school called Western Michigan University. And he told me it was in a magical place called Kalamazoo, Michigan. And I said, that can't be a real place. Kalamazoo? Well, it turned out to be a real place, and I spent 4 of the most wonderful years of my life there, attending that school. And the reason Fred recommended that school is because he was a visiting professor there at the time. Well, I should say the reason he recommended it to me specifically is because he thought that it would be a good fit for me, and of course it turned out that it was a perfect fit. But I was fortunate to continue studying with Fred while I was there. He would come out to the school. He lives in New York City, but he would fly out once a semester to do lessons with the jazz students, and he would do master classes and concerts. Sometimes he would do concerts with his trio. Sometimes it was just was solo. But it was just such a great opportunity to get to know him. And we've still been in touch ever since I graduated from college, and his music has been a huge inspiration to me as a pianist and composer and arranger for years, ever since I began listening to his music. And this piece, this is his arrangement of Cole Porter's Easy to Love. And I should say easy to love, but not easy to play, because when you hear this arrangement, it's gonna knock your socks off. The first time I heard this, he recorded this on an album called Songs Without Words, which was actually a 3-disc CD, which included his original compositions, the compositions of Duke Ellington and Thelonious Monk, and then the compositions of Cole Porter. That's what each disc had, like a little theme. And that's a really ambitious project, and it's such a wonderful album. And he also released this tune on another album. I think maybe it was last year, or maybe within the last 2 years. Fred uncovered a live recording that he had made with his trio at the Village Vanguard in 1997. And I think they just titled the album Trio 97, but you can hear a live version of this same piece, Easy to Love. So this is Fred Hirsch's arrangement of Easy to Love. And
the question.
Yep.
It was recorded by the first trio or the second trio? Is the actual trio?
Not the trio that he's currently playing with. Is that what you meant? Because that was 1997, so he was with a different group then. I know that his current trio, he's been playing with them for over 10 years now. But yeah, these were different gentlemen with him. But was that Mike Formanek? You know what? Okay. I should grab the album. Yes. At the end of the concert tonight, because I don't want to be a bad student. I want to get this information right. So at the end of the concert, I'm going to grab the album from our living room, and I'll read you the liner notes, and we'll talk about the musicians on there.
This is very interesting, because Fred is playing with his trio, previous trio for 10 years. Mm-hmm. And this actual trio is more than 10 years, I think.
I think the trio that he's with now, maybe if Fred happens to see this, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the trio that he's with now is his longest trio that he's had. Like and they sound like it too. They sound like their brains are just
They sound like one person.
Yeah, so in sync with each other musically. The way they breathe together musically, it just sounds like you can always hear in the music when people are playing together for a long time. You can tell when they know each other so well as musicians. There's just that seamless kind of flowing of the music between them. And Fred's definitely got that with his trio now. So we hope you enjoy Fred's arrangement that we hope to play as best we can. This is Fred Hirsch's arrangement of Easy to Love. I always feel so excited when we get that coda there. That is unlike...
That coda.
Yeah. Thank you, Fred, for writing the most amazing arrangement ever of that Cole Porter classic. I would love to ask him sometime personally how he came up with that little riff, because it sounds like that wasn't part of the original song, but it sounds so great there as like a glue that holds the arrangement together. Yeah. So I'm gonna look for that album when we're chatting. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, well, and actually this goes for all of you, please leave us a comment and say hello. And for those of you who are new here tonight, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And second, after we finish the music, we love to stick around and chat with you in real time for a few minutes afterward, because I see a lot of comments pop up as we're playing, and we just like to actually see and say hello to everybody who's out there. So when we're doing our little live chat later, I'll grab Fred's album from the next room, because I want to get the musicians right. I want to make sure that I don't miscredit anybody on that album. So we've got just a few more tunes for you tonight, and this next arrangement, it's an arrangement of mine of another Great American Songbook tune, and you can hear this on our second album, which we recorded in 2015. It's called Laura Dubin Plays the Great American Songbook, and this is a Chopin-inspired version of the classic Rodgers and Hart song, My Funny Valentine. And I say Chopin-inspired. It was specifically inspired by Chopin's Nocturne in E minor. It uses some of that music in the arrangement. So we hope you enjoy this Chopin-inspired My Funny Valentine. That was our arrangement of My Funny Valentine by the great songwriting team Rodgers and Hart, and inspired by Friedrich Chopin's Nocturne in E minor. We've got just one more tune before we say goodnight, but as I mentioned just a moment ago, we would love to stick around and chat with you all for a little while afterward, just like we do at our live performances in person. This is the next best thing. So feel free to leave a comment and say hello if you haven't done so already. And especially if you're watching for the first time, please introduce yourself, because we love meeting new friends, even if it's only through Facebook for the time being. Hopefully we will, at some point sooner than later, see each other in real life once again, in waking life. So once again, if you have been enjoying the music tonight and you'd like us to continue doing these videos for as long as possible, there are 3 great ways that you can show your support if you feel so inclined. There's a link to my website right in the video here, and it will actually take you to the music/store page of my website. And there are 3 ways you can make a contribution if you would like to. The first is that you can download all of our albums. We've got 7 albums for you to choose from, plenty of music. The tune that we just played is on our 2nd album, the Great American Songbook album. We've been playing quite a few of those tunes from different albums as we've done these concerts the last few weeks, and it's fun for us to play music again from albums that we recorded years ago, because it feels fresh now after like a couple of years have gone by. We feel like new people. They say that your skin cells regenerate like every 7 years or something. So our first album was recorded in 2013, so we're pretty much new people since our first album.
I am not what I used to be.
No, we got to play Things Ain't What They Used to Be on one of our next concerts. So anyway, it's hard for us not to get sidetracked when we're here having fun together. So if you're enjoying the music, of course, we hope you will download all of our albums. You can also make a one-time donation of any amount that you choose. There are several amounts there that you can choose from, but you can also adjust them by changing the quantity if you'd like to change the amount of your donation. So for example, if you would like to donate $40, you can click on the $20 option and then change the quantity to 2. It's just a random example. And the third and final option is if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the same page, you'll see an option to become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz. And you'll see a yellow button that says subscribe. You can click on that button after choosing an amount that you would like to contribute once a month from the drop-down menu next to the button. And when you click subscribe, you'll be taken to another site, to a PayPal site. It's secure. And from there, you will set up an automatic payment through your credit card once a month, much in the same way that you might already pay some of your bills on auto pay. PayPal will store your information securely, and you can always cancel at any time with no obligation. There's no penalty if you do cancel. However, if you'd like to see us doing these videos for as long as possible, the monthly subscription is a great way to ensure that we'll keep doing these. And if you want to make a donation, but you prefer not to do it through the internet, my website is secure, and the PayPal site is also secure. However, if you feel uncomfortable putting your credit card information on the internet, I do understand. Feel free to send me a message here on Facebook and we can talk about another method. And if you're unable to make a contribution at this time, that's okay. We really, truly appreciate you watching our videos and listening to our music. And we really mean that from the bottom of our hearts. When I say that, I really mean that sincerely, because you are giving us so much motivation to continue doing the thing that we love the most, no matter what happens in the world and no matter what goes on during these moments of uncertainty. We really just are so grateful to have an audience still, even just through the internet.
Without listeners, the message is not complete.
Exactly. The message just goes to our walls here, but it doesn't travel beyond those. So we really appreciate all of you for watching, and a huge thank you especially to those of you who've been watching these videos from the beginning. We thank you for being along on this journey with us. So our last tune is going to be another wonderful Horace Silver piece, and this is called Cookin' at the Continental. was Horace Silver's composition called Cookin' at the Continental. And that is all the music for tonight, but thank you. It's the one that says Trio 97 on it. You know where to find it, right? At letter H. So we might be some of the only people in the world who still listen to CDs, and we've got a gimungo CD shelf in our living room, and me being the type of person I am, I had to alphabetize it all because otherwise it's so difficult to find CDs when I want to listen to them. So I'd just like to take a few moments to say hello to everybody out there. I saw a bunch of comments popping up while we were playing, so thank you so much to everybody who commented. And if you're watching this on my personal Facebook page, just my Laura Dubin profile, that's great. You can also watch it on my Facebook music page, and I hope you will head on over there and give that page a like. That's where we're streaming directly, and then I'm sharing that live stream video on my own page. But if you like my music page, then you'll be notified every time we do these live videos. We're doing them every night at 8:30. So you can always just like check back around that time, but I also post other content too sometimes, other music related things, news to share, etc. So if you like the page, you will be among the first people to find out anytime we have news or stream these videos. Woohoo! Gonna head on over here. Let's see. I feel so funny now that you're not in the room, Antonio. I feel like I'm missing my other half. So most of you, I mean, a lot of.
There are so many.
Oh my gosh! Oh, it's this one right on the bottom.
Oh,
that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah,
That's okay. So I love this album. Oh, perfect. I love this album cover right here. So this is Fred Hirsch's album that he released. I want to say this was last year when the CD actually came out. Oh, 2018. Actually, it was 2 years ago. But this was actually recorded. It says July 18th, 1997 at the Village Vanguard. And I think that this was the first full week that Fred performed at the Village Vanguard with his trio back in the 90s. So it's Drew Gress on the bass and Tom Rainey on the drums, who I said a different drummer earlier. See, I wanted to make sure we said that I had this because I didn't want to miscredit anybody, the drummer or bassist. Fred's played with so many great drummers and bassists over the years, and I was kind of losing track of who was on which CDs. So I wanted to make sure that we had the right trio. Now, we saw the two of them at a club in New York a couple of years ago.
with a different pianist.
Yeah.
They are great musicians.
Yeah, well, that club is no longer there, unfortunately. It was called Cornelia Street Cafe in Greenwich Village in New York. It was a great club. I'm so sorry to hear that it closed. But yeah, we saw Drew Gress and Tom Rainey there a couple years ago. So yes, this is a wonderful, wonderful album. All of Fred's albums are spectacular. So if you're looking for some more music to listen to these next few months, please check out Fred Hirsch. I can't recommend his music enough. And he is actually doing live stream videos every day at, I think, 1 p.m. from his home, which is really special because hearing a master like Fred for free, that's pretty rare. So I encourage you all to follow his Facebook page too, Fred Hirsch Music, and watch those.
But this recording, because I think this arrangement is coming from
so they played it on here.
A live recording, but there is another studio recording. Yeah,
so that's the album called Songs Without Words.
Exactly that.
We don't so I got that album from iTunes actually.
Okay.
So we don't have an actual CD of it. We've got so many of Fred's CDs, but that one called Songs Without Words, but that was the first time I heard Easy to Love. I have that one on my iTunes, but no, not a CD version. But I happen to know that it was three discs. So if anybody has the actual CD, it's a thick one. Yeah. So let's see.
Comments?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I whipped out my phone and then I didn't actually look at anything yet. But I see we got 17 comments here. Woo!
Yay.
Thank you, everybody. Nancy Rhodes Corneliuson. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Thank you so much for watching. It's so great to have you here. We really appreciate you watching.
Thank you, Nancy.
Yeah, and she says, yeah, sorry to hear the Rochester Jazz Fest is canceled. Yeah, we found out the news a few days ago. I was kind of expecting it at this point because I think we really need to keep social distancing as long as it takes to stop the spread of this virus. And so I to me, it seemed like June was, it's not that far off in the future. So it seemed kind of inevitable. But yeah, we got the official word this week. So it sounds like they're trying to plan it for the fall. But of course, I don't think anybody can really make definite plans at this point because none of us really know how long this is all going to last. But the most important thing is everybody's health and safety. And even as musicians, of course, we want to perform in public, but at the same time, we really want our audience and ourselves to just stay safe. That's the most important thing. But anyway, Nancy, thank you so much for watching. Great to have you here. Donna's watching. Hey, Donna, thank you so much for watching again.
Thank you,
and for
Donna.
sharing everything. Chris Guidon. Did I say your name correctly? If I said it correctly, please say yes or no in the comments. Guidone. There's a great pizza place in Rochester that we love called Guido's. So that's why I was guessing that your name is pronounced Guidone, but correct me if I'm wrong. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Linda says, do I hear little hints of it don't mean a thing in there? You probably did. And hi, Linda. Thank you so much for being here again.
Linda.
Good
year.
Yeah, I'm wondering, I can't see what time you left that comment, so I don't remember. I'm not sure which tune you heard that in, but whatever it was, you're probably right because I love to quote that tune. So it's like the most quotable tune ever. Exactly. Dad's watching. Hey, Dad. Thanks so much for watching again.
Thank you, Dad.
Oh, and you actually, you said this before I did, probably. You said, I think Fred Hirsch is doing a daily afternoon live show.
Yeah.
Facebook live show in the afternoon. Exactly. Yeah. My dad's on top of stuff.
Yeah,
Jan. Thank you so much for watching, Dad. Oh, this is so funny. I just waved, and then like 10 seconds later, I saw myself waving on the screen. Chris DeValder's watching again. Hey, Chris. Thanks so much for watching. And it looks like we've got our two female trombonist friends watching tonight, Chris and Linda. Woohoo!
Thank you, Chris.
And Chris says, I figured out how to put your concert on my TV and watch it that way. Woo! How awesome. Now you can see us on the big screen.
Nice.
Woohoo!
I'm not sure about the sound. Sometimes TV has, or most of the people, they have some kind of home theater connected there.
Probably
hopefully
something fancier than what we have.
Yeah.
Alejandro says hello. Hola, Alejandro. Hola, Ale.
Hola.
Muchas gracias. Thank you for watching. And Siobhan's watching. Hey, Siobhan. Great to see you here again.
Thank you for gracias por vernos, Ale. Gracias.
Yeah. Let's see. Looks like I got everybody here. Let me just head on over to my other Facebook page and make sure I didn't miss anybody yet. Looks like I got all the comments there. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. We really appreciate you being here. And we will see you back here again at the same time tomorrow. Bye. Adios.
Bye. Thank you for watching.